Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for clicking this video and thank you very much for taking time out to watch me do what I do. Welcome back to another video. We are trying to work hard and play hard, even though this hair, yeah, I'm not sure. There's something, I'm really not sure where I was going with it, but it is what it is. So we're just gonna push it back for now because I just can't be bothered. How are you guys doing? I think my previous video I really didn't close it out and I'm in a rush, my brain. Anyway, I want to welcome those that are new here. Thank you very much for coming by. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family, because you're going to subscribe. So before we go any further, subscribe. Okay, thank you very much. And like this video. And to the fam, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate you all. And again, guys, don't forget to like this video. We are on our way to 1K. I mean, I could actually finally say that because we hit the 750 mark now. Here we are. So let's just get into this video. And yeah. Let's see what we can do. I don't know what I'm going to do with his hair, but let's see what we can do with the face, okay? Mirrors in shot. Hopefully I'm all in focus and there's no distractions. Also, by the title of this video, we are doing a fall makeup look. Talking like the warm browns, oranges, deep plum colors, and that's kind of what I want to give today. I think we're going to go browns and oranges, something along those lines. So that includes like the eyes. Obviously the makeup has to be like nice and warm, and the lips as well. Brows are done. I didn't do my eye base because I kind of want to do it on camera with you guys. So we're going to start off with the eyes. You don't necessarily need everything I'm about to say. Just use anything you have already, or if you feel inspired to purchase. There's two that I feel like are discontinued. I will make note of the things that you still can get that are still available. You don't necessarily need full palettes, but my brain is kind of been bouncing all over the place thinking, okay, what do I need to create? And it's going to be a very simple look. Nothing too intricate, no cut creases, very simple, nice and warm. And I feel like these palettes here will give me that. Just literally need like 3 colors, maybe 4. I've got the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, Jaclyn Hill Volume 1, Juvia's Place Culture palette, and the P. Louise Wedding Wish XL palette. First, prep the lids. So I'm going to be using the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Nudes, and this is in the shade 6. That's what I'm going to use as our eye base. And I'm blending this out using the, I might need a bit more, the Morphe 173 brush. Just added a bit more because I feel like it's not as full coverage as I want it to be. So I'm just going to set my lids. I'm going to lightly set them. First shade I'm going to go into in the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette is this one here called G Money. We're just going to go into our crease. You can see she's giving warmth off the bat. So now that we have that colour on, we're just going to make sure we're blending. I like to bring the shade here as well. It may get covered with another darker shade, but at least you have that base with that colour there already and not having to add it and you feel like you've lost that crease colour. So I'm just going to go in a bit into Homeboy, which is this one here. She's more of a deeper orange. I'm not going to go too high with that. I'm just going to rest her right here because I just want that depth in the crease. Okay, again, just making sure you are blended. Even though they're the same color, you may almost see a difference between them if you're not blending, so I'll just make sure that they're blended well together. I now need a brow bone color. I might have to go into another palette. I'm going to go into Natasha Denona Bieber palette. I'm going to grab this color here called Freckle. I know I'm using loads and loads of palettes, but use what you have. I just want to use that to make sure we're not losing our brow bone. Okay, so I think we are as clean as we can get. I'm just going to go into G Money, which was the first one we used, and kind of bring it back just a bit more. Again, just making sure we have a nice seamless blend. Okay, so we are good with that shade. I don't think I'm going to need the Culture palette anymore, so she is gone. Yeah, I think we're going to use a P. Louise palette, and this is her here. So you can actually still get this palette either on the P. Louise website or on TikTok shop. And I'm just going to delve into this shade here. It's called Happy Tears. Again, it's giving that warm color that we want. Again, using the same brush. tap off the excess. I'm just wanting to build the warmth before I go into a deeper brown. Just make sure we are setting the tone with this shade as well. And as you see, I haven't really gone higher up because I have hooded eyes, and the shape that I'm forming with my shadows, I'm very like intentional, especially in this corner here and leading on to the lower half of my crease. Going to Honeymoon, and I'm using a flat fluffy brush because I'm using this to pack on the shade, and because it's fluffy it's going to blend at the same time. I go into this deep brown shade here called Only One, using the same brush. You can see we've only used like 2 brushes in this tutorial, and this is gonna go on the lid. And you can see this, it's a true brown, and I'm just tapping. So I'm just going to make sure that it's blended. So you'll think, oh, why did I lay that first shade? That first shade is to lay the base so that once we do blend up, those two will kind of marry together and we're gonna get a nice blend with everything. I hope I'm making sense. As you can see, we have the eye kind of where we want it to be. I'm gonna go back and build on those colors, and then everything will kind of like be done. You kind of get the gist of what's happening, and then we'll continue with the face. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay guys, this is where we are at with the eyes. I really have to have confidence in what I do. For some reason I'm like, I don't know, but it's giving warmth, it's giving what I wanted it to give, so I'm happy about that. I'm sure once the face is done, everything will kind of make sense, if that makes sense. Yeah, so eyes are done, lashes are on, so we're just gonna go ahead with the face. I'm kind of prepped already. For me, when it comes to fall, I kind of still want to have my skin kind of matte but not super matte, but I still want to glow. I still want to not look too dry, because as a winter period approaches, my skin tends to get a bit dry. I normally just get dry around my mouth area, but at the moment she is all okay. I'm going to use my MAC Strobe cream in Goldlite. Oh, come on. A bit of that. It does something under makeup because it has gold reflex. There's a peach one, there's a silver one, and there's a pink reflex one. Because of my undertone, I thought gold would be better suited, but you can see that kind of like glow. The alternative to this, if you guys know the brand Vive, she's a Scottish makeup artist. Her name is Genevieve, but her brand is called Vive, and she has this Skin Nova. It's kind of almost like the same thing, but I prefer the MAC one because it just blends into the skin very well and not leave like a white cast, if that makes sense. It was not only summer that we want to glow, we want to glow all year round, okay? Because again, I want that glow. I want that nice kind of like soft, kind of like satin skin. I'm gonna go into House Labs. It's been ages. So I'm gonna go into shade 530 Deep Neutral and 580 Deep Neutral. This was the first one I initially reviewed, which is like the second deepest shade. I'll link up the video up there, but obviously it was clearly too deep for me. So then I got 530, thinking that will work. So I kind of mixed the two together. This is what 530 looks like. I'm just gonna drop a bit of 580. You see the difference. Mix the two. The Strobe Dewy cream is my primer of choice today. Do you see that shade? It's really nice and rich. I'm just going to use that to carve the top of my brows. So if I was going out, this would be the stage where I'll actually spray my setting spray on my face for longevity. So I'm going to go into the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Foundation brush and just stipple that foundation in. Look how that shade has come out. Look how hydrated my skin looks. It looks so good. And that's the kind of thing I want for the colder periods, as in like my skin to still feel hydrated. Even skin prep will help with regards to keeping your skin hydrated during the winter months. Oh, that shade is everything. Love the shade, love the shade. This hand just stands here, it's just so weird. Okay, so for concealer, because again I want that hydration, I don't want a dry under eye, and I want glow, I'm gonna go into the matte. I actually love this concealer now. When I first reviewed it, I was on the fence, I wasn't sure. The wear is beautiful, it wears very well, it's long lasting, it's really good. So I'm using NC50 first. And I just love that shade on my deep skin. It's not warm, as in my face is already giving warm. And NC is neutral cool for reference. I do have a review, I'll put up here. Again, when I first reviewed it, I was just a bit on the fence with it. But now I have been using it since, and I can say she's good. She's real good. Okay. I think I need to do like a full face of NYXcosmetics because I love MAC. So I'm just gonna put a bit of the 45 just in the center here and at the bottom here. I'm gonna grab a nice fresh E8 brush from Morphe and just use that to start blending. Look at how that concealer is just like glowing on the skin, and the fact that it's on a base that is hydrated, it's just like gonna go into overdrive. It's hydration, and that's what I want. Look how it blends out. This concealer, you need it. If you're thinking about it, if you want that hydrated under eye, if you want that luminosity, this is the concealer to get. The video I did where I actually reviewed the concealer, I just set as it is because I was in a rush. But always go in and blend the edges of your concealer with your foundation brush, so there's a seamless transition, especially if you like a bright under eye like myself. Using your foundation brush to blend out the edges is the best way to make sure that everything is seamless. Just go between your concealer brush and your foundation brush. Oh, and this foundation brush is a Sigma Airbrush Kabuki F85. I'm just gonna brighten it up just a smidge. I'm gonna go into my Huda Beauty fauxfilter Luminous Matte Concealer in the shade Cookie Dough. She's very bright, so this is just gonna go just here. Just want a little bit of that brightness. I'm just gonna dot a little there. I'm gonna let her sit there for a minute. I'm gonna go into my Made by Mitchell Rituation. This is a blush. It's gonna be my contour. Made by Mitchell's come up with so many products as of late, and like I'm low-key like overwhelmed by like the releases. It's just a bit much. I appreciate and I love the fact that he's doing what he's doing, but I feel like it just needs to pace just a little bit, because you end up buying all these things. And for me, I like when a brand releases products and it's a bit staggered. It's not like full blown. It's like foundation, concealer, he hasn't done a powder, primer, blushes. It's just too much for me, and I don't know if other people feel that way. I like when a brand takes their time, or not too much time, and just releases products and allows the consumer to build. Chill. Let's let this one settle. But anyway, ran over. I'm gonna get the previous brush I was using before. There's a reason why I didn't use this one first, because obviously it's still got the remnants of the deeper concealer, but it's just gonna help blend the lighter one. And I made a comparison to these two concealers. They're kind of almost the same. They give luminosity, but I feel like the Huda Beauty has just a little bit more coverage. The only difference in finish is that it's like a luminous matte, whereas the MAC is just a luminous lift concealer. Don't scared. This is the part that I kind of enjoy, apart from the whole complexion stuff. This is the part that I also enjoy, which is setting. So I'm going to be using the Mineralized Skin Finish in a shade Dark. She looks a bit light on camera, but she really isn't that light. There's dark and there's dark deep, and there's dark deepest. So this is like the third deepest shade. She kicks up a bit, so be careful. And this is what I use to initially set my eyes. Again, this is going to give us a nice glow. It's going to maintain the glow, even though when you set this concealer, the matte concealer, the luminosity still peeks through the powder. Just adding this is just like, again, overload. You're still going to have that hydrated look. So that is kind of like set. I'm going to go into Onesize in Rich Peach, and this is what it looks like. I'm just gonna lightly set, distributed well enough. I don't want to do too much. Always start at the bottom and make your way up. It's just gonna give us a nice blur. Oh, that looks good. I've been like building up new products. Not building up, but buying new things, and haven't been using them as yet. I have two blushes. Even though I wasn't really wowed by the initial shade that I bought, which was Butter Than Before from NYX Professional, the bottom up blushes, I now have Had Butter and Back and Butter. So this is Had Butter and Back and Butter. This one is giving me nice terracotta vibes from what I can see. So this is what we're going to use today. So I'm just going to lightly go into it because this is very highly, and this is what the shade looks like, by the way. So it's nice, it's nice and warm. Okay, very, very pigmented. Luminous, mate. So what shade is the orange gonna give? Oh, look at that shade though. Ooh, she's nice. She's pigmented. Good thing I even used a fluffy brush first. So she's very pigmented. Yeah, I think I went too ham on the side, so I have to balance it out. Let me get my puff and just kind of like calm the side down a bit. Okay, I'm just gonna use a little bit of Had Butter, and this is what she looks like. And both of these ones are the non-shimmer ones. Just lightly adding that to the apples of my cheeks. The formulation of these blushes is so smooth. Okay, that looks really good. So I'm using the Fenty Beauty foundation, powder foundation in the shade 495. I actually bought 498 recently because it was a sale. Did you see what this just did? I just bring it down just a little bit. It's been a while, but using foundation, it's like your bronzer or contour. It's so good. Let's go everywhere I put the situation. You can see we haven't actually set the face in regards to powder all over the face. I'm going to use Fix Plus, the original. So the face is dried down, and this is what it's giving. I don't want to go too heavy on my under eyes, so I'm going to use the brown that I used. Actually, let me tightline first. I'm going to tightline with Charlotte Tilbury. Use the brown that I used on the entire lid to blend that out, or smoke it out, should I say. I'm just gonna grab any brush and use that same Happy Tears and blend out the bottom. Using a highlighter from MAC, and this is in a shade Glow With It. Is the Extra Dimension Skin Finish highlighter, by the way. And you know I mentioned about putting a highlighter in this area here because it gives you that nice glowy kind of like youthful look, especially when you smile. This is how I place that highlighter, and then I go up a bit higher than normal because it just works for me that way. The makeup settles in and everything. You get this nice plump glowy look. Put a bit on my tip of my nose. I love this highlighter. And that placement, it doesn't really reveal my texture too much as well. Let me come back, change, and then we're going to do lip together. So I'll see you guys in a second. And this is the finished look. I just put this hair up because the way it was looking before, it looked like I've been through it. But now, hopefully, it's giving a little bit of order. And now we're going to go into the lip. So to prep my lip, I'm going to use the MAC Prep and Prime. I'm just going to use a liner, but I don't want to go too heavy with it. Kiko 321. And I'm going to go into Melt. This is Slick Waterline Eyeliner in the shade Cacao. During the end of summer sale with Fenty, I ordered 2 of her Fenty Icon Velvet Liquid Lipsticks in the shades... Oh wait. I ordered just 2. I ordered 3. Red Winner, Wicked Wine, and Power Thirsty. I was going to do Wicked Wine, but I think it would be too heavy for this look. So I'm going to go into Red Winner. And this is it here. I already have it in MVP, and they were actually half price. Yeah, she's giving very warm brown. I'm kind of using her as a liner. So I think Power Thirsty might be a bit too light for what I want. Yeah, so I'm going to use a lipstick from Vive, and this is in the shade Power Suit. You know what? Put a bit of Power Thirsty on top. I think this is nice. So just for a bit of brightness under the eyes and a bit of more of a blurred situation, I'm going to go into the MAC Studio Fix in NW33. But this is just going to, I'm just going to brush this in the center here. Okay guys, this is my finished welcome to fall look. Apart from the hair, let's just describe the hair. What do you guys think? This is so cute, guys. It's giving warm, it's giving deep brown, and I didn't set the bottom half of my face because I just want a bit of that hydration to come through. As the foundation acclimates to my skin, it's just gonna give me a nice glow. Let me know in the comment section below. Is it giving fall? Is it giving? It's giving something. I love it. I'm gonna go now. Everything I've used, I will list it down below. For those that are new here, again, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share and like this video. And to my fam, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you all. I can gladly say it with pride, with chest. We are on our way to 1K and I'm so excited. There will be a giveaway once we do hit 1K, so please stay tuned. Please hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Let's keep going, guys. Keep sharing and liking. Let's do all the things. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.